only make it bando. Only make it bando. is how we fucking party.
Alright, good morning everybody. Sorry for the extended wait. I had to get a drink and plug in my laptop because it was going to die on me before I wanted it to. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to go over kind of a base weapon class that I'm going to use to basically derive all the other weapons from. Because of the fact that most of our weapons in the game are melee based, it should be fairly simple to make a base class that I can use to make pretty much everything else. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our build folder and we're going to add a class. And we're going to call this base melee. The reason we're calling it base melee is because that's exactly what it is. Alright, now all this stuff doesn't matter. This is the original stuff put in from Visual Studio. What we want is this stuff right here. This is Unity's system, the way it works. So, close that off. And then we're going to rename this because it can't be the same as, or it can't be different than its file name. Class has to be the same as file name, which makes sense. And then actually if I left it guardbot, it would have screamed at me saying that it was already declared somewhere else in the project, so we don't need that. I hope my webcam's not delayed. Oh, what's up? Okay, well, we're not going to worry about that right now. I'll test it later. Alright, so what we're going to do to start with, when we come down, we're going to think about, first we're going to throw a little header in here. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to go down here and we're going to think about things like what kind of things are we obviously going to need. And I actually have a design document that has a lot of this stuff on it, so let's think here. So obviously we need to know like damage and all that stuff, but there's other things that we have to need. Like we need to know how many hands it is. So I don't even know if that's spelled right, but that's how Kirby spelled it. So that's what we're going to go with. How many hands does it take to hold it? We need to know that. And we also have a subtype, which is like, what exactly is it? Is it a knife, or a spear, or an axe? What exactly is it? And then we have like range, of course. How far is it? How far can it reach? Which obviously for spears would be longer, and knives shorter. That obviously makes sense. And then let's think rarity. Off the sheet, obviously we need to know how rare is the item. And it's like common and uncommon, rare, super. No, we're not going to do that. So basically, how rare is it? Affixes would be like, what else does it do? We actually have one listed here that does splash damage, kind of like maybe like a shockwave or something like that. Or if we had a weapon of fire, it might burn people, or anything like that. So affixes would be secondary. Well, let's call them. We'll call them attachments, per se. Splash, damage, fire, ice, elemental of any sort. Something like that. Anything that can be put on it to do something different. And then you have like variants. Variants of these items can be like a knife could equal a shiv. Or a knife, or a spear could equal a scythe, or a bow could equal a long, short bow. That makes sense. Obviously, we need to know kind of what the stat to modify this is. This is still kind of up in the air for me. What entirely it means, but so attack speed or wisdom. Basically, what it's saying is that what do I need to have to use it? Is really kind of what it means, because we have like staves and conduits and stuff for melee or for caster styles. So it's important that we check for that. And then there is no actual damage. I kind of misled you when I said that. The damage is actually done by kind of the abilities and stuff like that, which is strange to me because why have a bunch of different weapons if they don't do a bunch of different damages? But there may be some more to that I'm missing. I'm doing this one step at a time, obviously. So we are, make sure that you're not blocked. Okay, yeah, you're not. Okay, you can still see the Solution Explorer and everything. Alright, so now that we know that stuff, what are we going to do? We're going to set them up in such a way that basically they're going to be handedness. We're going to set them up in such a way that we can select them. So it's going to be one-handed or two-handed. They're not going to be any three-handed. Obviously, that would make no sense.